I'm Max Schluter alongside Zach Tucker and Zach Day.
It's going to be an exciting matchup tonight.
Your home is a place of comfort. At Arling House Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we work hard to keep it that way by being there in times of need.
Our customer care is why we wear pink. We want to show you that we're different.
We understand the value of home ownership and long-term maintenance. And we're a family business working to provide you the same level of comfort we would want for ourselves. Experience the Arling House way.
And make your house a happy house.
Welcome everyone to Lloyd Memorial High School for the 34th District Championship game. I'm Max Schluter alongside Zach Tucker and Zach Day. Here tonight we have a matchup between the St. Henry Crusaders and the 19-5 Dixie Colonels. Zach, this is a rematch of the last 2 years with the crew coming out on top both years in the 34th District Championship. What do you expect in this game?
I expect a lot of offense. You see two teams in here, Dixie who can shoot the ball from anywhere on the gym, and St. Henry who can do just about anything you think on the offensive end. I also am looking for a very physical match in the paint between Billy and Cody Teaton. And, you know, this is a game that you want to see in a district-type championship. These are two teams we all expected to be here. These are two high-powered offensive teams and two physical defensive teams.
The Colonels are led by Ian Snelling, and the Crusaders are led by Wyatt Veith. What will be the key from both of these players in this game here tonight?
Well, Max, we're going to see Snelling be extremely physical here tonight, defensively and offensively. He's going to look to get inside and get as many baskets as he can, while on the other side, Wyatt Veith, he's going to try to do the same thing. He's going to try to be hot from three. He's going to take it to the paint all the time as well, and we'll just see offensively and defensively. It's going to be key matchups, especially rebounding the ball, and we'll see how the game goes tonight.
Thank you, guys. When we come back, we will inbound the ball for the 34th District Championship game.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome. At this time, if you would please rise and remove your hats and face the American flag, as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. tonight's boys championship game of the 34th district tournament. Tonight's game features the Dixie Heights Colonels and the St. Henry Crusaders. And now the starting lineups. First for the Dixie Heights Colonels, who will be the visitors on the scoreboard. At guard, a 5'5" senior, number 1, Ian Snelling. At guard, a 5'10" junior, number 13, Jay Flynn. At forward, a 6'3" junior, number 20, Aaron Geraci. At guard, a 5'9" junior, number 23, Billy Wogenthal. And at forward, a 6' senior, number 24, Jason Sonny. The head coach for the Colonels, Robert Sanford. And now the introductions for the St. Henry Crusaders. At guard, a 5'8" senior, number 3, Corey Shea. At guard, a 6'3" senior, number 12, Wyatt Beach. At guard, a 6'2" senior, number 22, Jude Fessler. At guard, a 5'10" senior, number 23, Ryan Butler. And at center, a 6'4" senior, number 34, Cody Keaton. The head coach for the Crusaders, David Faust.
Getting set to inbound the ball for the 34th district championship game. On the floor for the Crusaders, Shea, Butler, Teton, Bessler, Veith, and then for the Colonels, Flynn, Wogenstall, Snelling, Summy, and Geraci. And the winner of this game will host the first round regional game. The loser will play at another team's host side for only the first round. Bessler for 3, no good. And guys, as we said during the pregame, these two teams met in the championship game the last 3 years, actually. The Colonels winning in 2018, and then in 2019 and 2020, the Crusaders coming out on top.
Well, I think this year you have a different storyline. You got a storyline with the St. Henry team who's deep, plays 9 deep, could play more, a lot of talent on this team, but then you look at this Dixie team and you look at a lot of shooting, you look at a lot of size, physicality, and offensive superpower. I mean, this is going to be a great game, and like I said earlier, this is the type of game you want to decide who gets the number 1 seed in the region or who gets a 2 seed. This is the type of game that you want to see when it comes down to who gets the trophy.
And on the inside, Cody, there's Billy Wogenstall with the N1 after Cody Teton had the layup on the other end for the Crew. Wogenstall with a chance to give the early lead to the Colonels.
Now, one thing I want to point out about Wogenstall is, while him and Teton are roughly similar heights, Wogenstall is very quick off his feet. To get those second, third rebounds, if you miss a layup, he's very quick to get on the floor and bounce right back up and get to the apex of the ball. And that's what makes him such an effective rebounder, adding on to his stellar height.
Teton skip pass to Corey Shea. That's the guy they want to get going. In and out. Wogenstall rips down the rebound, and here come the fast-paced Dixie Colonels. Colonels come into this game 19-5 on the season. Lost to the Crew early on in the year. And Jay Flynn with a 3 to give the Dixie Colonels the early lead, 5-2. Good defense there by Jason Summy. And the Crusaders look a little rattled on the offensive side of the ball here early on.
I think it's just getting into the flow of the game. St. Henry's always had a way to find offense in games, and I think it's going to take them a little bit to get going. Maybe not. But back on the Dixie end, I do want to say one more thing about Wogenstall. Is in the first game, we saw St. Henry jump out to a lead towards the end of the game. That's because Wogenstall was in foul trouble most of the game, and he got that fourth foul in the early fourth quarter, and that's when you saw St. Henry really start to take over, because Wogenstall just provides such a big presence in the middle of the court. He provides someone who can guard a guy like Teton. He can box out. He can rebound. It's just he's a very focal point of this Dixie Colonels team, and to not have him on the floor was big, and we'll see how the foul trouble game turns out tonight.
And Cody Teton had a layup on the other end. Wyatt Veith with a three. Got it! Early on for Wyatt Veith, and an 7-5 lead for the St. Henry Crusaders. Geraci, Summy, wide open in the corner. Got it! Made the Crusaders pay with that one. Trading baskets early on in Erlanger. Shea to Veith. Doesn't shoot. Takes it inside, no good. Got it again. Out to Bessler. He's lethal from there. In and out. And the Crusaders cleaning up on the glass with Wyatt Veith. And Zach, this is exactly what we expected early on. Very fast-paced game, 9-8 with not even 4 minutes in.
Well, we said we were going to see a lot of physicality. There's another example. It's going to be like this all night. You know, Dixie's got so many quick and elusive players, especially Jay Flynn, their point guard, multi-sport athlete. He can do it. He can do it all. And on the other end, we look at Ryan Butler. You know, he's had a 50-50 season. Tonight is the night where he can heat up.
And the other night, Ryan Butler hit 2 threes early on against Ludlow in their win in the 34th District semifinal. Hoping to keep that going here for the crew. And 11-9, just about 4 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Veith, step back three, hit one already, no good. And Teton cleaning up on the glass, plus the foul. With a little emotion after that, and one.
If St. Henry can get that switch with Wogenstall going out on the guard or whoever's playing the perimeter, that leaves a tremendous mismatch inside, especially getting the rebounds, because Cody Teton's got a 3-4 inch height differential on everyone on the floor besides Wogenstall and his size. It just puts it almost unfair if the ball goes anywhere near him to get a rebound.
Missed shot from the crew. Ian Snelling for three, no good. Veith rips down the rebound. All knotted up at 11. Ball out of bounds, going back to the Dixie Colonels. About 3 minutes to play, 3:25. 11-11. Inside of Geraci on Bessler. That'll be a very good matchup. Both hybrid forwards can play on the outside and on the inside. A lot of good matchups here tonight in this game. And there's one right there. Wogenstall takes it off the bounce right over Cody Teton.
If we're talking about matchups, another matchup you got to throw out there, because this is pretty much a good matchup everyone on this court, is you got to look at Corey Shaver and Jay Flynn. Two very elusive, quick guards. Two people who can get to the rim, but also two people who can stretch the floor and shoot it from pretty much anywhere on the court. You also see two guards who are athletic enough to go in there and get a rebound when it bounces long. And that's one thing I will say about Corey Shea, just because I've seen him play more this year, is Corey Shea has the heart to go up and get it over the big man. He gets to the ball, and we've seen him grab rebounds over people 5 inches, 6 inches taller than him, and at that point it's hard over height. He plays a lot with that.
Geraci, no good. Ball and rebound down to Snelling.
Get the reach!
And a good poke from behind from Bessler. Summy takes it inside. A lot of effort here from both teams in the early going. Wyatt Veith all the way to the bucket with 2:10 to go. He gives the Crusaders the lead.
Max, we've seen almost every possession, every play has been both teams attacking the paint, taking it down in the hole. And both teams have been able to convert almost every time.
Head of the game was Landers, as well as Rollman for for the Dixie Colonels with exactly 2 to play and an early 15-13 St. Henry lead. And guys, me personally, I believe that these two teams can both win the 9th region. Obviously, the Cuff Calf Colonels, they have had the region over the last few years, but both these teams are hot right now, and the Crusaders knocked off the Colonels earlier in the season.
Max, I agree with you 100%. You see two dynamic teams. You see two teams who, like we said, keep saying it, can score at will. We see two teams who, whenever they get hot, they're such a threat, and it's a team that you don't want to see in the tournament. And that's what makes this district so important is it doesn't matter who wins or loses this game. I mean, it does for the district tournament, but when it comes to region, neither of these two teams are teams that people want to see in the first round. These are both teams who are not just threats, but predators to win the first round matchup and even go on to win the region, like you said.
Geraci checks back in for Summey, and Ravenscraft in for Teton. Wyatt Veith hit a 3 just a few moments ago. Minute 30 to go here in the first quarter, 18-13. You got Roman on Veith right now. Cross-court pass to Corey Shea. And a 2-3 zone here for the Colonels. Try to disrupt the Crusaders' hot shooting early on. Butler, no good. Loose ball. Somehow ended up with the Colonels. Landers took it all the way up. The extra pass to Snelling. Ball ends up with Rosenthal.
When you get second, third, and fourth chance options per possession, good things are going to happen. And Wogenstall's being a man on the boards right now, and St. Henry's going to have to find a way to keep him off.
And approaching 30 seconds to play in the half. Veith, ball on the floor, going up, tried to sell the fastball, did not get it. Here comes Landers, all the way to the bucket, 2 more. 18-17, 20 seconds to go. Gabe Ryan about to check in for the crew. And about 15 seconds to play. Just under 10 to go. Crusaders got to move it. 18-17. 5 seconds. 3, 2 seconds. 1. Veith from the corner. No good. Not the possession. Coach Faust wanted there on that final play. That's the end of the first quarter. 18-17. We got a good one.
Your home is a place of comfort. At Arling House Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we work hard to keep it that way by being there in times of need.
Our customer care is why we wear pink. We want to show you that we're different.
We understand the value of home ownership and long-term maintenance. And we're a family business working to provide you the same level of comfort we would want for ourselves. Experience the Arling House way.
And make your house a happy house.
Your home is a place of comfort. At Arling House Plumbing, Heating, and Air
Quarter,
Conditioning.
St. Henry leads 18-17. Update on March Madness for any March Madness fans. The Loyola Chicago Ramblers, yes, that team from a few years ago, went all the way to the Final Four, just won their first round game.
Sister Jean.
Crazy day so far here in March Madness, and it's finally back after 2 years. But here we go, no pauses here. Veith down with the rebound. And the Colonels go back to man after a brief stint in the 2-3 zone. And Bessler draws the foul. It's on the floor. And guys, both of you guys, what did you see in that first quarter from Zach Day? What did you see from St. Henry? Zach Tucker, what did you see from the Dixie Colonels?
From St. Henry, you see a team who maybe came out thinking that this game, just like the last game, that they were going to be able to score a lot easier than they did. But St. Henry, it took them a little bit, but they started getting to an offensive flow. We saw Wyatt Veith do what Wyatt Veith has been doing all year and scoring the basketball, rebounding. We see Cody Teton being a big man in the middle like he's supposed to be doing. And I think St. Henry's starting to enter a little more of a flow offensively than they did at the beginning of the first quarter. And it's all about how they build from here and can they get their defense.
For the Colonels, we've seen a lot of driving to the paint and a lot of defensive and offensive rebounds for Dixie. You know, we've seen Loganstall really work the paint against Cody Teton, and he's been able to come out on top in a few of those matchups so far. But Ian Snelling as well, has been working the court as long as Jay Flynn, and they're going to continue to do that the whole time.
Landers checks back in for the Colonels. And about a minute in, Veith picks up a foul and some missed threes early on in this quarter and in the last quarter. Do you think that, so this last game, the St. Henry Crusaders, they couldn't miss from three. This game, they've made two, both from Veith. Do you think that this length of this Colonels team is not, I don't want to say making it hard every play, but at least somewhat bothering them?
I do. I think Dixie is playing a much more uptight pressure defense on the Crusaders, which going in, flashback to the game that we were just talking about, going into the game that they played earlier this season, we were talking about it. St. Henry was struggling from the three-point line. They weren't shooting the ball well. They didn't really have what we knew they could do. But they got hot in that game, and they continued to be hot for a while. And so Dixie came in, and they found out the hard way that the St. Henry team could really shoot the ball. And now they're playing like they've seen them before, which they have, and playing a lot of pressure defense. And they're doing what's necessary, and they're making the right plays, and they're seeing good results right now.
Jay Flynn gained home with three on the other end, and now Bessler heading to the line for two. Guys, both these teams, as we said before, both got a shot to win the region. I really like both of these teams.
Well, absolutely, Max. I mean, it's a physical game, and it's going to be physical for the rest of the way. And in order for St. Henry to win this game, and in order for Dixie to win this game, they got to keep pressuring the paints, get rebounds, force turnovers, and that'll secure a win for either.
And Bessler makes 1 out of 2. Doesn't miss from the line often, but missed the first one, got the second one though, and with 6:13 to play, it's 22-19. Dixie leads St. Henry. Loganstall, they wanted the matchup inside. Teton with a block. Loganstall going right back up with it. I love this matchup right now between Teton and Loganstall.
They're getting a lot what we expected, a lot of physicality, a lot of who's going to win the rebound battle, who's going to put the ball in the basket, and Loganstall's doing a great job right now. I also want to look back at the game we had last year, and we were talking about how St. Henry wasn't hitting any shots. Well, or St. Henry was hitting a lot of their shots. Dixie wasn't hitting many of their shots either. Dixie did not have the best offensive game as we knew they could have had in that earlier game, and we're starting to see it with Jay Flynn hitting 2 early threes. They're starting to get more confident in their strokes from behind the arc, and they're starting to have more confidence with each other. And any team that gets confidence at the right time is a dangerous team. But with either of these two teams, they're deadly.
And also one thing to note, as Loganstall goes up, missed the shot, Veith rips down the rebound. One thing to note from the last matchup in the meeting earlier in the season is that St. Henry had just come off of a brutal loss on the road at Beechwood. So the Crusaders had a little extra motivation in that game against the Colonels. But both these teams are hot right now, as Ryan Butler checks in for Corey Shea, and Brennan McNamara about to check in for the Crusaders as well. He checks in for Gabe Ryan. Both these teams are hot right now, and that's why this game is the way it is right now, a very fast-paced and really good game. And the Colonels switching defenses here in this game so far. A little bit of zone, then they go to man. Now they're back in the 2-3 zone. Veith had the idea. Ravenscraft took it. Veith, spot up. No good. Rebound down to Ian Sneller.
That's a good shot for the Crusaders, though. It didn't fall, but that's a good shot.
Fast-paced game, like we said. Jason Summing for 2 gives the Colonels an early 26-19 lead. 4:18 to go here in quarter number 2. neutral. And we're back here, guys. The Colonels are in the midst of a run right now. What needs to change for the Crusaders to get, not that they're out of the game, but what needs to change for them to regain the lead?
Well, like I was talking about, they're forcing some shots, but for the majority of the time they're getting good shots. They're getting open looks, and the ball's just not falling for them. So I think what the important thing for the Crusaders to do right now is to not get down on themselves. You're going to go through cold streaks, but usually most cold streaks are followed by a hot streak. So they just got to keep shooting the ball. Good shooters never stop shooting. This team's full of good shooters, so they just got to keep their confidence level up and play like they're still shooting the lights out. Got to change their defense, so Dixie's eating their defense alive right now.
A lot of early offense from Dixie. Teton trying to work on Wogenstall. We like the matchup, and Teton responds. Wogenstall handoff to Roman, and Roman and Landers have given very solid minutes here for the Colonels off the bench. Approaching 3 to go here in the second quarter. Wogenstall broke free, couldn't get the runner to go. Here comes McNamara pushing it down the court. Teton loves that baseline shot. Ended up with Butler, and no foul call. And here comes Snelling out of the pack. Flynn, he's hit 2. Make it 3 for Jake Flynn.
He's feeling it tonight.
31-23, the Dixie Colonels lead over St. Henry right now. Corey Shea for St. Henry about to check back in. And Crusaders need to find an offensive identity and a blocking call on Roman.
Our call number 35, here's Roman, his first. Team good. Number 3, Corey Shea, begins the ball game.
The Colonels fans want 3 seconds. 2:15 to go. McNamara.
It seems like when the Crusaders are driving to the basket right now, besides, Veith, Bessler, and Cody Teton, most of them are driving in there, but they're not being aggressive. They're driving in there looking to be passed first, instead of driving in there looking to try and get contact or looking to try and get an easy layup. And Dixie's hit. Can't do much about that.
Dixie has not missed a lot of shots at all tonight. I mean, Flynn has proved it. He's hit 3 or 4 threes here already. And Dixie's just looking hot on the offensive side of the ball.
And not only do the Crusaders lack an offensive identity right now as a team, but also on the defensive side of the ball, they're having a tough time. And Butler wants to change that with 1:20 to go. How about that shot? And they don't get back on defense. Roman lays it in for 2. Getting beat on defense and solved the offensive problems for a moment. But the Colonels have just played with such a good, fast pace. And here comes Landers out of the pack. 1 minute remaining. Roman gives it up to Snelling. Flynn, he's hit 3. Make it 4! How about Jay Flynn in his first half, guys? I believe it's 4 threes now. 45 seconds to go. Post-entry pass is tipped out of bounds. And Beef checks in for McNamara. Hopefully Wyatt Beef can get things going here for the Crusaders. Butler gets it into Shea. 40 seconds to go. An 11-point deficit for the Crusaders. Largest in a while for them as they've been hot. Shea for three, no good.
They're just forcing stuff now. They're forcing offensive shots.
And a foul call. You guys don't want to foul 90 feet from the basket when you're down by 11. Maybe a frustration foul. As the Colonels' 11-point lead, they're going to have the last shot. And Wogenstall and Flynn have combined for 24 of the 38 for the Colonels. And we got a timeout, 29.7 to go. We'll be back in just a moment. Foul call on the Crusaders. We come back. And Teton's got two with 29.7 to go. And Ravenscrafton for team. Butler guarding Snelling right now. 20 seconds to go. Looks like the Colonels are going to hold it for the last shot. Flynn's had the hot hand with 14 and 4 3-pointers. Snelling working into his jump shot. He got it! That's the end of the first half, guys. How about the Dixie Colonels jumping on top 40-27 against the number 2 ranked team in the entire state. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the start of the third quarter. Here we go. The third quarter is underway. First half, the Colonels lead the Crusaders 40-27. Guys, what happened in that first half to the St. Henry Crusaders?
Two things happened. One, Veith and Teton combined for 22 of St. Henry's 27 points, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. Congratulations to the two of them for playing well, you could say. But to only have two people have, 75-80% of your offense, that's not good, especially for a team who's supposed to be as deep and offensively superpowered that St. Henry is. Number two, as we are seeing right now, Dixie can't miss. They have hot hands all over the court, and St. Henry has not found a defensive strategy to stop that.
And Jason Summy for two. Bessler, tough shot, got it to go. Jude Bessler hits those shots all the time. And guys, we've obviously announced and watched a lot of St. Henry basketball games over the years. I'll be very surprised if Veith and Bessler didn't somehow get the Crusaders back in this game.
They've been doing it their whole career.
And Wogenstall has other ideas, makes it a 15-point lead again. Bessler, step back three, got it. Bessler's dialed in with 6.5 and a 12-point lead. And we see a matchup change, guys. Ryan Butler on Jay Flynn. Jay Flynn had the hot hand. 4 threes in that first half alone. Wogenstall, he's been having a big night. No good. Butler rips down the rebound. Bessler to Shea, they bounce it inside at Teton. Going baseline, and he stepped out of bounds. Ravenscraft checks in for Teton, and going back to the Colonels. And a little confusion based on the substitution, but Ravenscraft checks in for Bessler, not Teton, as Bessler ran somewhere.
Max, I think I heard the referee said that his chest was hurting or bothering him, so I think he ran back to the locker room.
Hopefully it's nothing too serious, and hopefully Bessler's all right. 5:30 to go. Here comes Veith all the way down the floor. No good. Ravenscraft followed it up. Here come the Colonels. This is how they love to play. And a moving screen on Jason Summy. Heading back to the group. And the Colonels just play at such a great fast pace. They play at a fast pace without turning the ball over, which is the best kind of pace to play. High-low offense to Veith. And it's down to 10. 5:18 to play here in the third. Geraci working. Wogenstall. No good. And rebound down to Butler.
St. Henry's starting to find a little something. I know they're still down 10. It's a little early to talk, but Dixie's had a couple misses, which doesn't happen often, as we're seeing this game. See if the Crusaders can bring this into a single-digit lead.
A lot more energy from St. Henry here so far. The energy's been there for both teams most of the way. That's why it's been such a great game to watch here so far. 34th District Championship, the 4th year in a row where these two teams meet in the final. 2018, the Colonels took it home, and the last 2 years, 19 and 20, the Crusaders have won it. And Teton got fouled before the block by Snelling. And with 4:42 to play, Teton's headed the line to try to get this thing inside single digits.
St. Henry's got to look for Cody Teton down low, continuously, give him the ball, make him able to go up, get fouled, look for and-ones. St. Henry's got to turn up their defense on the Dixie Colonels. They've missed the past few shots, and this is the time. This is the time where they need to take advantage of that, slow them down, get them tired.
And a 7-0 run from the Crew. Good defense by Ryan Butler on Jay Flynn, trying to disrupt the hot shooting Flynn. Loganstall trying to take it inside. Teaton got the board and lost it. And we got a timeout, Dixie, with 4:17 to go. 44-36. The Crusaders trying to climb back into this one, and we'll be back in just a moment. Inbound the ball. Geraci matched up with Veith. I like that matchup. Snelling, don't want to leave him. No good.
Loganstall is a freak on the boards right now. Like I said, he always is where the ball is, and he's so quick on his feet that it's very hard to box him out and keep him contained on the rebounding end.
Landers, the 15-footer, no good. And the Crusaders have got to start coming up with rebounds. We got a foul on Loganstall. Crusaders looking for something. Trying to get Bessler. Butler, big shot Butler. Lives up to the name! 44-39 with 3.5 to go. Here come the fast-paced Colonels. And Snelling almost lost it. And the Colonels will reset. Deflection by Wyatt Veith. Saved it inbounds. How did he do that? Going up, foul, heading to the line for two. And Summy about to check in for the Colonels. The first one for Veith is good.
And Max, I said at half, the deficit was only 13, and St. Henry really turned it around. As they all say, there's a lot of basketball left, especially after halftime, and St. Henry's proved that their offense can turn on in the second half, just like they've been doing all year.
Veith missed the second one. Bessler got it, but great defensive play by the Colonels. Very sloppy, so after that free throw, great follow by Geraci on the floor. And we got a jump, I believe. And it was a timeout. Great play by Wyatt Veith diving on the floor. Both teams fighting hard with 2:59 to go. 44-40, Dixie leads. We'll be back shortly. 2:58 to play here in Erlanger for the 34th District Championship. 44-40. Crusaders trailed at halftime 40-27, and they have outscored the Colonels 13-4 so far in the third quarter. Guys, what has been the change in St. Henry in this third quarter rather than in the first half when the Colonels seem to be beating them in every aspect?
Energy. St. Henry's energy was just getting demolished in the first half. Dixie was hitting everything. St. Henry wasn't hitting anything. It was a complete opposite story. And now we're starting to see St. Henry's offense come alive. We're starting to see their defense come alive. When all that happens, you start to see a basketball team that comes alive. And when, like I said earlier, when either of these teams come alive, good things happen.
Ryan Butler for two more. Timeout, Dixie. Here comes St. Henry. 2:19 to go. 44-44. And inbound, Ryan Butler's been playing pretty good defense on Jay Flynn, who had 4 threes in the first half. And Geraci and Bessler, I like that matchup between those two point forwards. And Geraci takes it inside, is fouled, heading to the line for 2 with 2:05 to go. Ravenscraft's about to check in for the crew.
Team first and second half. Number 20, Kieran Geraci at the line.
And Geraci at the line. Gets the second one to go. I believe Teton exits with 3 fouls.
He did, and one thing that's going to be critical in this game is who takes care of the ball the most and who makes free throws. We saw it earlier today as you talked about. Free throws are a big aspect of close games like these. Who can stay calm under pressure? Who can make good shots and not force shots like we just saw there? And when you get the opportunity to get, you know, what they call the easiest basket in the game because no one's guarding you, you got to capitalize on it.
1:37 to go, and in a very eventful third quarter, 46-46. Shea for 3. They need it. He got it. He's hit big shots before and hits one again to give the Crusaders the lead.
This is the offense we looked for in the first half, but we weren't finding it. Shots are finally starting to fall for St. Henry, and Dixie's shots have not been able to fall.
Approaching 1:10 to go. It's been a very, very good game between two high-level teams. And Summey with a little push-off. And the touch for 2 more for Jason Summey. And he's got 7 for the Colonels. Bessler, contested 3. Got it! 52-48 now. The Crusaders lead with 40 seconds to go. Landers, guarded by Ravenscraft. And 30 seconds to go. Geraci.
The momentum, the confidence, and the energy is all on St. Henry's side right now.
Snelling. There's the hot shooter, Jay Flynn. Don't want to leave him. Number 5 for Jay Flynn. 15 seconds to go on a 9-point St. Henry lead. 10 seconds to go. Shea brings it down the floor. 5 seconds now. Crossover. Driving in on Flynn. Bodies Jay Flynn to the bucket. And that's the end of the third quarter. 54 to 51. And we will have a great finish coming up in the fourth quarter in just a few minutes.
Your home is a place of comfort. At Arling House Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we work hard to keep it that way by being there in times of need.
Our customer care is why we wear pink. We want to show you that we're different.
We understand the value of home ownership and long-term maintenance. And we're a family business working to provide you the same level of comfort we would want for ourselves. Experience the Arling House way.
And make your house a happy house.
And we're back here for the fourth quarter. How about that third quarter? St. Andrew trailed by as much as 15, fought all the way back to take a 3-point lead. And now we got a very close game in the fourth quarter and another tight battle in the 34th District Championship. These two teams always seem to make it close. And Summey back out to Geraci. Bessler guarding Summey. Finds Snelling, you don't want to leave him. That's why! 54 to 54, 7:18 to go.
That's
Big
good
shot,
off-ball
Ian Snelling.
movement by Snelling. And usually when you move like that off the ball, you see good results. And he just saw a great result happen there. And Max, you can't be having much of a better game than what we're having right now.
Great game, just like the last 2 years. Snelling, he wants another one. Same spot, different result. And Wogenstall fighting on the glass. And good deflection there by Veith.
It's a great way to run the court right there by Wogenstall. He gets the rebound on the other end, kick starts a fast break, and then hustles down to get the rebound to keep the possession alive on the other.
Jay Flynn for three, no. Try to make it number 6 for Jay Flynn. Veith, Ravenscraft, big shot. No good. And Summey rips down the rebound. .6:15 to go. And Snelling's got the ball. And guys, just thought about this. This only feels right the way this game has gone. There's two teams diving on the floor. This game only feels right that it's in March. Feels like a March Madness atmosphere.
And the ball game for St. Henry, number 34, Lloyd.
6 minutes to go. Gabe Ryan, the sharpshooter. Post entry pass to Veith. Tried to force it, and here comes Ian Snelling. And he's heading to the line for 2 shots.
St. Number 34 to Shea is first. Team second. Number 1, Ian Snelling at the line.
And the first one is good for Ian Snelling. 2-point Colonel lead with 5:50 to go here in the 34th District Championship. And a miscue with the Crusaders, and they lose it out of bounds, going back to the Colonels. Shea gambled. Snelling, he's got a will to score. Two players fighting hard for the ball.
It's as foul number 1, Ian Snelling, dispersed. Keep that.
And a foul on the Colonels, just a loose ball foul. A lot of adrenaline here in the championship game. 5:25 to go. 2-point game. Guys, what do you want to see out of St. Henry here on this play?
I want to see a ball get to the rim. I want to see Bessler. Right, he about said what I was getting ready to say. I wanted to see Bessler drive to the hoop and try and get a layup, and he tried it. Didn't work out, but it was a good shot.
Off of Summey's foot. Timeout Dixie. 4:53 to play. 56 to 54. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone. 4:53 to play in part 4 of the St. Henry Dixie 34th District Saga.
Max, one thing I want to say real quick is what I think is important for Dixie to do right now is, of course, time is their friend, and they want to try and eat up as much time as they can. But at the same time, you don't want to play too patient. You don't want to play too patient. You want to still have the urge to score. You want to still have the will to score and to build this lead, because a 2-point lead either way in this game isn't a big lead. A team like these can get, like we saw St. Henry. We saw St. Henry get a comeback from a 13-point lead at the beginning of the half, and we saw Dixie build a 13-point lead. 2-point lead is nothing. If you're Dixie, you can't have the patience to not score.
For the Crusaders on this possession, I think they should look for Cody Teaton, try to find a way to get it down to him.
Teaton jump hook short. And with 4 to go. And a cheap foul on Ryan Butler with 3:59 to play. 2-point Dixie lead. Geraci, big shot, top of the circle, no! And Summey got the ball, and they called it on the floor with 3:48.
Number 34, Cody Teaton, his fourth, team 4.
Wogenstall. Bessler got away with one there. All the way to the bucket is Jason Summey. 58-54 with 3:20 to go. And a jump ball. And heading back to the Colonels with 3:07 to go. Summey inside to Wogenstall for 2 more. Butler outside, Shea, big shot Corey Shea. Off the side of the basket with 2:40 to go, 60-54. St. Henry trails. Wogenstall tried to throw it down and they got a foul call. And Teton fouls out. And here comes Reed Ravenscraft as he's going to try to give the crew an extra lift to win this game.
Number 23, Lloyd Wogenstall, the line.
And Wogenstall misses the first free throw. And the second one good. The Crusaders got to figure something out, down 7 with 2.5. Beef lost the ball with 2:25 to go. Timeout St. Henry, and we'll be back in a moment. And we're back here at 2:25 to go. Snelling, stolen away by St. Henry. Beath got it back. And timeout St. Henry. Man-to-man defense here for the Colonels. Crusaders without Teton on the floor. Try to run an option with Beef and Bessler. Beef, tough shot. Got it to go. I mean, I don't know what that was, but it went in. 2:05 to go. Big play here. And Butler with a steal. Lays it in, back down to 3 with 1:54.
What we talk about, Max, you got to take care of the ball. To win these big games, it's all about free throws and taking care of the ball.
And Summy kept his pivot foot down with 1:25 to go, 61-58. Minute 15, Crusaders got to apply a little bit of pressure. Butler took it again! And fouled, and big free throws coming up for Ryan Butler. It was on the floor, excuse me, so the Crusaders will take the ball out of bounds. Outside to Shea. Bessler, big shot for the tie. Short. Butler got it underneath. Under a minute to go. Can the Crusaders go 3 straight? Or will the Dixie Colonels win their first one since 2018? 45 seconds to go. Beef, ball fake. Butler, big shot, Butler. No good. Ravenscraft got the rebound. Took it back out. And over to Butler. 30 seconds to go. Bessler into Ravenscraft. And a foul on Loganstall with 31.4 to go as the Crusaders trail by 3. And Ravenscraft heading to the line for a 1-and-1.
Ravenscraft at the line.
Got the first. Big free throw from Reed Ravenscraft. And the second one, no good. And they foul Ian Snelling with 30.2 on the clock. And they're not in the bonus. The next foul, they will be in the bonus. They get it into Flynn. Butler's played great defense on him. Snelling throws it ahead to Geraci, over to Summy, and they foul Jason Summy. 22.9 to go. Big free throw coming up for Jason Summy as he shoots the front end of a 1-and-1.
Team 7. Number 24, Jason Summy at the line.
And makes the first one.
It's important, St. Henry, they don't need a 3. Even if this misses, it's not a 1 or go. If they get an open 3, take it. They got a lot of shooters on the floor. Everyone out there can shoot the 3, but if you got an open layup, don't pass it out.
Down 4, 20 seconds to go. Veith, big shot, rebound to Loganstall. And with 10 seconds to go, Jay Flynn is fouled with 13 seconds on the clock. And 1-and-1 coming up for Jay Flynn. Hit the first one, 5-point lead now for Dixie, 13.6. Big night for Jay Flynn. 12 seconds to go and a 6-point lead. Shea took it inside. No good. The follow by Ravenscraft. Timeout St. Henry with 6.5 on the clock.
Something that I think St. Henry should take into consideration is with such short time on the clock in a 2-possession game, they need to look to maybe even foul before the ball gets in. If your man gets away from you, I'm not saying push him over, hack him, but if you tug the jersey, it's all right.
And 5.8 to go. Butler fouls Jay Flynn. And Flynn knocks down the first one with 5.8 to make it a 66-61 advantage for Dixie. And a 6-point lead with 5.8 on the clock. And Veith shoots his three at the last second. No good. And that's it. The Dixie Colonels are your 34th district champions in 2021.
Dixie came ready to play, came firing on all cylinders. Billy Wilkinson was a man among boys on the rebounding side. Tough loss for the Crusaders. Good news, both teams make it to the region. Both teams have a chance to win the region. St. Henry can still do damage, Dixie can still do damage. I'm going to be excited to see what they do. As for you guys, Max, Hunker, it's been one fun ride for us, boys, and I want to say thank you, boys, for all the opportunities.
Yep, myself, Zach Tucker, and Zach Day and I, this is our last year here in high school. We're seniors, and as freshmen, wanted to broadcast all the St. Henry basketball games, and it's been a fun last 4 years, and I can't thank anyone enough for how much they've done for me and helping me achieve one of my dreams in being a St. Henry announcer. So I want to thank everyone involved, especially you guys, for doing it with me. And it's been one fun ride.
It has been one real ride, and thank you to Mrs. E and everyone who has made it possible for us to be able to do this stuff. Thank you for Lloyd for letting us get one final broadcast in, and thank you, boys, for one journey that will never be forgotten.
You guys said it.
And for one final time, I'm Max Schluter, signing off.
For the alternate team, From Ludlow, Noah Hoffmeister. From Lloyd Memorial, Davion Mitchell. From Villa Madonna, Colin Chillo. From St. Henry, Wyatt Beat. And Cody Keaton. From Dixie Heights, Ian Schnelling. Kieran Tracy. And your most valuable player, Billy Loganstall. Let's give another big round of applause and congratulations to our all-tournament team. While they're rocking off the floor, let us give another big round of applause to all the players, coaches, and staff who made this tournament a wonderful success. And now the runner-ups of the 2021 34th District Tournament, the St. Henry Crusaders. And your 2021 champions of the 34th District Tournament, the Dixie Heights Colonel. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for coming this evening. Please drive safely on your way home.